we're going to be talking about signs and being satisfied and comforted through a sign. So what's the issue with that? Well, the ultimate issue with a sign is that we're never going to be satisfied. At the end of the day, Jesus could be like, yo, I'm gonna turn the sun off for 2 seconds for you. I'm gonna make this blue car drive past your house because you're like, if a blue car drive past my house, God exists or something like that. Like, even if he did something like that, if you asked him for a sign, be like, God, just when I walk outside, reveal this to me and I'll believe in you. Like, if he did that, that's still not gonna confirm your faith, because the fact that you're looking for a sign shows that there's a lack of faith in general. Okay, so when we look for signs, we need to understand there is no sign that will give us that 100% proof and we'll never question it again. Because God has revealed himself to us so many different times, so many different ways, and not by these little crazy signs that we ask for, but like straight up through the Bible, through historical evidence, like things like that. He's revealed himself in so many ways, and we have plenty of reason to believe in him, because you look at the universe, you look at the world and the earth, and we're like, there's like unique purpose and design to everything. Like I have everything I need in my body to be alive, which is that's a very general statement. I mean, you could just talk about like how our brains are like orchestrated in a certain way to make us, I don't know, think, make us live, make us work and function properly. We have a heart that beats. I mean, there's all these things around us that God has given us, right, that are already a proof towards a higher power. And so, yeah, like I said, the biggest problem with the sign is that there's never going to be that one thing that satisfies our faith completely, because if we're even questioning it at all and we need a sign, it shows that there's a big stump in our faith. And so, is what I'm talking about biblical or is it not biblical? Well, Mark chapter 8, verse 12. Why does this generation look for a sign? I tell you the truth, no sign will be given to this generation. So it's even saying in the Bible here that a sign is ridiculous. We can't use it as a measurement of our faith. We can't use it to better our faith, because then we're just holding God to a standard that he has to meet. And if he doesn't meet it, he doesn't exist, but he's done everything else for you in your life. You know what I mean? Like, the fact that you're alive, the fact that you have what you have, even if you don't have a lot, you're still blessed in some way. Even though you have that, you're still looking for a sign. And so I hope I really don't come off as like condemning to people, because that's not justified. That's not what I'm trying to do. What I'm really doing is convicting myself, because the way I look at myself is sometimes I look for a sign. When I was I've been through like the craziest things in my life, but we all have mental challenges and go through mental battles at different points in our life. And when I've been through those, I found myself looking for a sign. I'm like, why, God, why would you put me through this? And I'm like, give me a sign that you're here, because I don't feel you at all. And that's just me being ignorant. And so I'm really just trying to convict myself to be better, because that's what the Holy Spirit works to do, is convict, not condemn, because condemn makes you feel guilty. Guilt, shame, and lies come from the devil. Guys, you have to understand that. Conviction comes from the Holy Spirit. What does conviction look like? It basically looks like when you're going into something, you have this inclination telling you not to do it. It's the Holy Spirit talking through you, because it's always related to something like biblical. It's like, should I really go out? Like if I'm about to go out in I always prefer to this, go out to a party. I don't do anything. I don't know why. But for example, if someone were to go out to a party, a conviction from the Holy Spirit would be like, it's just inside like your spirit. You can just feel it. It's like, should I really go out and do this? Are you sure? And it's kind of always related to, is it going to be correct biblically or not? But what condemning looks like is you getting into your bed after you messed up or made a mistake, overthinking, over contemplating everything, and shaming yourself and guilt tripping yourself all the time. And that results in nothing. That just results in you feeling bad. So that's the difference between condemnation and conviction. I hope that was clear for you all. If not, leave a comment, ask me to be clear. I will find a way. And so after that, we have the Pharisees pleaded and argued for a sign, but even after he performed so many miracles, they still longed for a sign. So a lot of the times we are still like the Pharisees, because the Pharisees were like trying to uphold tradition or whatever. They had this miraculous belief in God, but then when they went to Jesus, they were like, show me this sign, show me this. And Jesus already performed several miracles. There was no need for a sign for them at that point. He already went out, he healed a man that couldn't walk. The guy got up and walked. He healed, I was gonna say paralytic. He healed a paralytic. He healed a sick. He made a dead girl raise and live. He raised Lazarus. He raised the dead. He did all these things, and the Pharisees still condemned him and were like, what you're doing is blasphemy. He's like, if you're really the Messiah, give me proof. He's like, man, I've already done everything. I'm on this earth. I've already done everything. You're seeing it right now. I'm doing miracles, and you're still questioning it. So me doing another miracle, it's just going to upset you. It's just going to make you yell at me. That's all it's going to do. And so many times he did miracles in front of Pharisees, and all they did was they just went to each other and just ratted him out and were snakes to him. And he's just healing people. It's just, what is that sign going to do for these people if they're not really going to be satisfied through it? All right. And yeah, like I have on here, like he already healed the sick, the deaf, the mute, the paralytic, yet they still need a sign for themselves in order to believe. All right, guys, so let's just stop looking for a sign, because the sign's never going to get you anywhere in your faith. What gets you places in your faith is one-on-one, intimate conversation and relationship with Jesus Christ and getting to know him. I've said this so many times, and I know that I've said this so many times, but that's really what it is. If it was for no point, if I was just making things up, I wouldn't be saying it at this point. If it really didn't work, I wouldn't be saying it at this point. But have the one-on-one relationship with him. Stop asking for all these signs in order for you to believe, because the whole reason you're asking for a sign is because your faith is so separated from him. That's not going to bring you closer to him. Things could happen in a specific way that show you and reveal Christ to you, but you just sitting and praying every single day asking for a sign of existence isn't going to get you anywhere. What I'm talking about here is actually speaking with the Creator, getting in his word and looking at the message that he left for you. That's how you get to know him. That's what's going to make your faith stronger. That's what's going to make your faith exceed where it was before. That's really how you see growth in your spiritual journey, not just you asking and pleading for a sign. All right, and that really just wraps it up. I don't know if I said this already. Maybe I said this, but anything outside of Jesus that we like pray to or whatever, or look at, is also demonic. Because I forget, sometimes I cut these videos out and re-edit it and stuff, so this may have been in a separate clip that I just am not going to use, or I said it in the very beginning and I just don't remember. But like just zodiac signs, is that even right? Astrology, yeah, astrology signs, like those kind of things. I'm sorry to tell you that if this is what you believe in, but that is demonic. Or you having a crystal or whatever, or having some sort of material possession that gives you hope in something coming true that isn't Jesus, that's demonic. If it's not biblical, it's demonic. And people may lash out at me for saying that, but I truly believe that, because why are we looking to something else to grow our faith when we could go meet with the guy one-on-one? You know what I'm talking about? So let's just try to get better at sticking by and having that patience and having reassurance in Jesus Christ rather than reassurance in a sign that could somehow miraculously change our perspective. Like, I have friends that are like, I'm never going to be like, I have agnostic friends. For example, my brother's agnostic, and he's told me the only way he would ever believe is if something crazy happened. Like if Jesus came and walked on water in front of him. And I'm like, what are we doing here? That's not realistic. Okay, so he already did that once. And let's just stop asking for those kind of things. Like, that's not going to ultimately grow your faith. We could spend so much time speaking about that and asking for that one sign that we think will make our faith grow, but it won't. It's just prolonging us. The devil will keep you there, just praying and praying, praying for a sign, when really, you pick up that Bible, you just spend some authentic time in him for 20, 30 minutes of the day, and your faith is already going to start to grow. It may be slow, but it'll start to grow. Just keep on doing it, and you'll have a relationship with him. Okay, so hope this message blessed you all today. This was the first video back after like a week since all my stuff broke, apparently. So, yeah. Love you guys. See ya.